there are some things that I really wanted to discuss because it just really feels like there's not a lot to look forward to into the game. So let's kind of just break down what exactly it is that I'm talking about, because first and foremost, the balance patch. The balance patch is like extremely disappointing. First of all, they couldn't even show the 25 mana giant on the actual patch notes. What's up with that? But yeah, well met. We don't typically roll out balance patches at this point in the patch cycle, but we wanted to use this opportunity to make a few adjustments. First up, we're tuning down 2 standard performers since our last adjustments, particularly in high ranked play: Psycho Rogue and Gam Warlock. And I already have to stop reading this, and I have to beg the question: how many times has Psycho Rogue been the power outlier? You know? Like, they literally tick down this deck every single patch, and I don't even think it's gonna make that much of a difference. Like, yeah, 8-8's really early, won the game, but I still feel like Rogue can get this out by like turn 5, turn 6. Like maybe the turn 4, like the turn 4 combo. Maybe you can't do that anymore. But you're still gonna have this happen on turn 5, turn 6. The deck's not gonna feel any different. So even though it technically might be nerfed, it's not going to feel nerfed, and people are just so tired of these, I'm just gonna say half-ass nerfs. Because I just don't know what the end goal of these decks or what these changes are supposed to bring. And it's like with Catacombs, I at least understand that they're locking out Dorian, you know, Cheese and Discover and stuff like that. So I totally get this one. But it's like, this is the first step in the right direction, and it always feels like every single balance patch, we're like inching instead of taking an actual step up every single time. So it's like, I don't know, man. The other thing that kind of sucks about seeing this nerfed is the fact that it just makes Quest Warlock a lot worse, and it didn't need to get hit because of how Dorian interacts. So, you know, like, it's one of those things where if you wanted Dorian to not be meta, then you have to hit Dorian. And this isn't even a thing where it's like, I hate Dorian, I want him to get nerfed, or I love this card and I don't want it to get nerfed. It's more of like a logic issue where it's like, all right, are you doing this because of something that's happening in the future? Or are you doing this because you just don't know what else to do and you don't feel like killing Dorian for whatever reason? Like, I don't understand the approach, so to speak. The approach feels very weird to me because I just don't feel like they're moving enough in order for the meta to meaningfully open up. Because what's gonna happen is that cut off one scam deck, 2 more scam decks take its place now. You still have like Ham Buff Hunter that I feel like is just going to be omega popular now, and you still have the armor scams, and you maybe could just have, you know, Owl Druid just come back into the fray, you know? Like, you're still gonna have these decks that are super good at punishing slower metas, so all we're doing is making one combo deck into the next boogeyman. So, like, if that's what happens to the meta, I'm gonna be very disappointed, but, like, all I really feel like is gonna happen is that we're gonna go from one scam deck to the next scam deck. You know, it's just pecking order. We're not shaking things up. We're literally playing a game we're literally playing Game of Thrones, and we keep killing the kings. You know, and it's like, oh, well, for 2 weeks, this guy's gonna take his place until he eventually gets backstabbed and killed. Maybe it won't even make 2 weeks. So yeah, dude, like, another thing, why didn't they have, why is this not on the actual thing, man? Yeah, it feels like whack-a-mole, literally, just applying band-aids. The patch doesn't need to make a difference. You have an entire week of Heroic Brawl followed by an entire week of dual-class Tavern Brawl. Oh, no, don't worry, I'll be talking about Tavern Brawl. I will be talking about the Tavern Brawl, don't you worry. But they also made the Mage Quest discover 7 cards instead of 8, so they buffed it. Honestly, perfectly okay with this. I have no problem with this getting buffed if it means the deck will see a little bit more play. It was one of the quest decks that was looking the most promising at the beginning of the update, but then just kind of fell off because people figured out it wasn't consistent. It was just Spell Mage with worse card draw, honestly. But one thing I am kind of looking forward to, you know, the one silver lining out of all of this is that the Demon Hunter quest, the effects now work on the opponent's turn. So if I have a bunch of 2/4s, like the blob, for example, and my opponent has to trade into the blob every single time that blob gets attacked, it's going to proc the quest. I think that's huge. That is absolutely huge. So like, there's at least one good, like 1 or 2 good things in this patch that will be happening for standard. But the overall point that I have is that I don't feel like these quest decks are going to shake up the meta enough in order to prevent the buff hunters from existing, you know? The mech warriors that are just going to be a lot more common now, because the decks that would kind of put them at a disadvantage are now going to be removed. So I'm kind of scared about the health of standard, and I'm also scared about the direction that Hearthstone just keeps putting itself into. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, we got a dual class Tavern Brawl. All right, dual class Tavern Brawl. It's awesome. I love this idea. You know, we're going to have a dual-class Tavern Brawl running from August 13th to the 20th. And honestly, the 20th is my birthday. So we're going to be able to end this with a big shebang on the last day. So that's going to be kind of cool. But I have a major question. Yeah, Swarm already said it. Why is this not a twist season? Why is this not a twist season? Instead of just making this happen for a week, why don't you make it happen for a month? And then people can grind to legend with their dual class decks. That is such a great idea. Why would you not take it? Am I crazy for suggesting a month-long Tavern Brawl, essentially? Because that's what Twist is supposed to be. You have a month-long event of people putting in 2 cards of any... that's such a good idea. Why is this not a thing that's like... Blizzard has good ideas, but they refuse to make them great ideas because they won't just take that next step in the logic process, you know? Like, this is such a good idea, and I feel like the only reason why this isn't happening is, yes, because of the technology. Like, I actually feel like the reason why they can't push this out in time is because they either don't have enough people working on it, or it's too complicated for the people that they have, so they essentially need to get more people working on this, you know? And it'd be such a good idea. Twist died and not exist for a long time. I mean, dude, okay, I absolutely hate this take. All right, I hate this take where it's like, Twist is dead, there's no point. Like, there's no point in having a conversation about Twist because Blizzard isn't going to support it. They could, and it could be good, and it could bring people into the game and give us something to focus on that's just, you know, fun. But it's like, we're only going to get this for like a week, and then it'll be gone, and by the time that you get comfortable with the format, it's already out the window. This is the one thing that really sucks about this, is that it's very opportunistic, where it's like, bro, if you got a job, or if you got something going on that week, you're not going to be able to experience this. It really confuses me why they're only doing this for 1 week. You could do this for an entire month, and it would be interesting, I believe, almost in that entire month. Combining 2 classes, any cards, that's so many possibilities. We're literally, in my opinion, we're literally not going to be able to experience the full scope of a format like this simply due to the fact that we don't have enough time to experiment with it. What's gonna happen is that one person's gonna do very well, and then a bunch of people are just gonna flock to that deck, and now there's gonna be no reason to explore the meta because you only have a week to focus on it. And most people are gonna play like maybe 5 to 10 games barely a day, and they're really not going to explore the format that way. I don't know, man. This may seem like a nitpick, and this may be like, Clark, why are you being so crucial on this? Like, this is a good idea, and I'm going to have fun during this week, but you could have made it a month. Add cards from any class, and then you just add to an additional one. This fusion allows for creativity and unexpected synergies, and we're not going to be able to explore it all. Enabling strategies that wouldn't normally be possible. Like, the whole thing about tourist cards, if you guys don't remember, tourist cards, originally when they were designed, were supposed to give you access to the entire class. But they realized that might be a bit too powerful. That might be a bit too much. So they decided to just make it for the Perils expansion instead. this is such a good idea, and it just feels like it's just not gonna be around long enough, man. I don't know. Maybe I am focusing too much on this, but it just feels like one of the biggest W's they could have had for a game mode, they literally do not use. It just would have been so much fun, man. An entire month of Hearthstone like that, it would have been literally more entertaining than standard. And then we have the Wild Heroic Tavern Brawl. I honestly don't really have an opinion on this. I mean, I'm probably not gonna play it.
My God.
Like,
how does he do it?
I don't know, dude. Like, this is right before the dual class Tavern Brawl. I honestly don't play Wild. Maybe I'll give it a try just to maybe get some packs or something, but I don't really want to explore the Wild format like that. And that's just kind of like, you know, where I'm left at the end of these patch notes is that like the only thing I'm really looking forward to is this dual class Tavern Brawl. It's not dropping until the 13th. Standard is still going to be in shambles, in my professional opinion. Like, maybe I could explore these quest decks and have some fun with them. So I have content that I can make. But dude, just the general morale of the game and everything just really sucks right now. And I cannot close this point better by showing you guys this. Hat has finally made some sort of statement since everything has went down. And I hate to say it, gamers, but we got bad news. Hi, folks. My contract with Blizzard has concluded, and I am actively looking for work in the community and influencer market world. 07's in chat, please, guys. Here's a longer LinkedIn post version where he goes into more detail, which we'll take a look here in a second. Happy to chat. My DMs are open. Literally the biggest fumble in Hearthstone history, and I am not even exaggerating. This is the dumbest L, the most unavoidable L we could have experienced ever. And for either legal reasons or for stupidity reasons, Hat has literally fallen through the net. And it's not happening, guys. We can't bring back Hat unless, like, I don't know. Like, who knows the reason why it happens? It's probably money reasons. Who really does know? But Hat does go a little bit more into detail, saying, after 2 years, my time at Blizzard has come to a close. My time there was incredible, and there are so many people that made it that way. I learned a lot, made great friends, and felt proud of what we accomplished together. Blizzard pals, I will miss you, and let's stay in touch. It's time to move forward, and I am looking for work, particularly in community and influencer management roles. During my time working on... Okay, I want you guys to really just listen to this part. During my time working on Hearthstone as an influencer manager, I developed and grew the Hearthstone Creator Program as a foundational cornerstone of Blizzard's influencer market efforts. In the process, I coordinated enhancements to the creator communication with proactive briefings and consistent information pipelines, leading to a boost in UGC, I don't know what that is, and a 98 increase in Hearthstone YouTube category views, while improving the quality of life of our creators. In addition, I facilitated sentiment analysis and bidirectional communication processes while acting as a key source of community context and analysis for the Hearthstone team. This work helped us to build and improve player trust in our brand via consistent and genuine communication while supporting dev efforts being streamlined. Like, God, why are we getting rid of this? Ah! Why are we getting rid of this, dude? I'm open to both fully remote positions and roles in the New York City area. Let's chat. And this is just like the penultimate, you know, issue that I have with the game right now, bro. I am so sick of the direction that this game is going. Like words cannot express how fucking disappointed I am with Blizzard right now. The game sucks. Everybody is depressed as hell playing this game or streaming it. People keep losing their jobs in this game. We're being monetized like a fucking mobile game instead of being treated like a PC game that could have esports, that could have all this potential, that could literally be treated as the best card game in the fucking world. I'm not even saying that like facetiously. Hearthstone could be the greatest card game in the world if Blizzard put in the fucking effort. Like, for real, dude. You could have local tournaments. You could have people that host things for their local communities online and offline. You could have, you know, there's so much potential in literally every single avenue of what Hearthstone could become. But because the people treat this like a fucking mobile game, it's never gonna happen. They're just focused on squeezing people for everything, and I'm not gonna lie, I am reaching my limit. I am reaching my limit, like, being a part of this. I'm gonna tell you, chat. I am actually looking forward to doing something on the 20th for my birthday for the big subathon we have planned, because I'm going to be doing a lot of music. I've been talking with a bandmate of mine. I'm gonna borrow an electric kit of his. We're gonna do something on the 20th that I don't really want to ruin yet, but the whole point is to hopefully do more music and to have a bit more, you know, a variety on this channel. And the whole reason, that the actual reason why this is happening is because I am literally sick of Hearthstone right now. Esports is in shambles right now, even though we have a great leadership and people in those positions, because we have Darok, we have TJ. They are really doing everything they can with the resources that they're not being given. So esports is not in a good spot. Standard isn't in a good spot. Wild is actually in an okay spot, which is always hilarious because when Wild is doing good, everything else sucks. So make of that what you will. Whenever I see Wild doing well, I'm like, oh man, we really are fucked. Battlegrounds is probably doing fine because it's been the anchor of Hearthstone for as long as I can remember. And now with all of this hack controversy, with everything that's happening with the pet, all the monetization that's happening with this game, I am actually going to be making less Hearthstone content in the next month as I transition into doing different kinds of content. Like, I still have to make Hearthstone content for YouTube because it's my main source of income. I can't really give that up, and to be frank, I really don't want to give that up right now. I actually really do enjoy making YouTube content right now. I'm scripting videos. I'm working with an editor to help me with my intros now in order to pump out more content. So this isn't me saying I'm quitting Hearthstone, but bro, I'm gonna be playing significantly less Hearthstone because of all of these fucking changes. It's absolutely insane. And to kind of just like wrap up everything that I've been talking about, I made a tweet that kind of put this kind of stuff in perspective already. Where, like, literally, dude, Hearthstone would be the best game in the world if the executives at Blizzard, Activision, Xbox would treat it as a long-term investment by building up a community and in creating engaging content. But instead, they treat it like a mobile game only focusing on monetization. Things like tournament mode, custom sandbox modes, fun-filled metas in Wild, Standard, and Twist would be great for community building, because if you don't give us any tools, then we have nothing to work with. You know, like, you can't just keep expecting people to throw money at you for no reason. Give us reasons to organize events and to bolster local communities and maintain relevance. That's the one thing that's really annoying about their fucking ideas of monetizing this game, because they keep saying that things like tournament mode and sandbox mode aren't worth the investment, but that's literally how you maintain relevance. You gotta give your fucking players something to enjoy. Give a reason to grind comp. Like, just if all you do is focus on monetization, it's the fastest way to kill your passive income cash cow. Because you greedy fuckers couldn't take off the green hat and glasses. We've had more controversies in Hearthstone this year than actual fun content. That's a fucking problem. That's a huge fucking problem. So I'm gonna do everything I can to stick with Hearthstone in the ways that are the most beneficial to me. Doing, you know, the fun Twitch streams, making good YouTube content. But chat, I am actively going to be exploring other things to be doing throughout this next month. You're gonna see a lot of, hopefully a lot of good changes. We're gonna upgrade our camera here very soon. I'm actually gonna be doing this very, today's like Saturday, right? Yeah, Sunday. I'm taking tomorrow to get a bunch of stuff taken care of. I'm buying the new camera tomorrow. I'm asking for my birthday for my family, just for extra money, so that way I can get a new microphone, and hopefully with my friend helping me with giving me the electronic kit. I have a lot of things I have planned. Okay, like I want to wrap this up because I've been ranting about this for a while, and I just want to wrap this up. Playing this game is really difficult right now when you give us nothing to work with. It is very difficult to be, I don't want to say a poster child, but to be a face that is actively telling people, oh yes, Hearthstone is fine, Hearthstone is good. Trust me guys, Hearthstone's in a good spot right now. I literally think this is the worst time in Hearthstone history. The meta sucks. There's nothing to look forward to. We have ideas of what's happening in the future, but only a few of them seem to be that satisfying. And overall, it's just hard to recommend this game right now. And that's the sad thing. I can't recommend Hearthstone to people right now. To players that know the game, to players that don't know the game. I just can't recommend Hearthstone to people right now. And say what you want about the director, about Tyler Bielman, but whatever he's doing, it ain't working. It's actively ruining the ecosystem of this game, and it feels like the only thing that matters is squeezing every penny that you fucking can. This ship needs to be turned. And if it doesn't, I actually think this will be the death of Hearthstone. How's it going, everybody? Just wanted to pop into the end of this video in order to give a little bit of an announcement to where I am just not going to be playing that much Hearthstone. I'm not gonna lie, everything that's happened with the game recently, as well as everything that happened with Hat, has completely demotivated me to stream this game full time. I am going to still be making a YouTube video, and I am still going to be streaming on Twitch, so that way I can get the clips that I need. But the moment that I get the clips, I'm switching categories. I'm done being depressed playing Hearthstone. I'm done having this mentality of always shit talking the game. And for context, I never want to shit talk Hearthstone. If I'm shit talking Hearthstone, it's because I feel like I have nothing else to do but to absolutely slam the game. Because how else are we gonna get changes at this point? It's like they know our feedback, they know what we want, and they actively do everything in their power in order to not give us what the community wants. It really feels like Hearthstone is just being pinched for every single penny that it's worth, and I'm honestly just done. I really want to be able to focus on things in the stream that I am passionate about, and the honest to God truth is I'm not really passionate about Hearthstone right now. The people that are in charge of these decisions that are impacting the ecosystem of the game are making every single worst decision that they can possibly make, and it feels like every week we are getting even worse news about the state of the game, about balance changes, about how they're going to monetize the game, and someone else getting laid off of the team. So I am going to be actively pursuing a bunch of other games like Balatro, Marvel Rivals, maybe even doing like some more music streams. I actually have a big stream planned on August 20th for my birthday, where we're going to be doing a lot of music as well as a potential Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge. And it's just like the only thing I'm really looking forward to in Hearthstone right now is the Tavern Brawl, as you saw in the video previously. So it's just like, I really hate to say it, but it's just like I'm not enjoying Hearthstone right now. There is not a lot really to look forward to into the game, and until something changes, I don't really believe I'm going to be playing that much more Hearthstone anymore. So, Blizzard, if you're watching this video, you need to change things. Like, seriously. Like, this is just getting to the point where playing this game is just depressing. And I'm tired of being depressed and being, you know, being a negative Nancy every single time I'm on the stream. So maybe playing less Hearthstone will make me appreciate the games that I encounter more. But as of right now, the reason I have to do this is because I cannot recommend Hearthstone to anybody right now, and that just breaks my heart.